Welcome back to Sports Now. I'm Ahmad Hicks, joined by the Locked On Podcast member, Kane Rob. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right, now he's here to talk Gopher sports, and we're going to start with football. The biggest question of all, what past Gophers from this past season that are now NFL players are going to make an impact this season?
You know, it's hard not to get excited about John Michael Schmitz just being such a high pick this past year, and I think he has the opportunity to potentially start for the Giants this year, so I think that's going to be huge. But if you're talking former Gophers in general, I think Rashad Bateman has a lot of eyes his way, knowing Odell Beckham's in that room too, so how involved can he get? And they have a new offensive coordinator that likes to throw the ball. People always talk about Lamar doesn't throw the ball enough, so I think Rashad Bateman could make some noise this year, but it's fun to see some of the newer faces like Howden, like Terrell Smith, that can maybe carve out roles on special teams or something.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny that you say that about Rashad Bateman because Lamar Jackson said he wanted to throw for 5,000 yards this year with all the talent he has. So hopefully Bateman gets 1,000 or 2 of those yards. Now, what about Muhammad Ibrahim? He's playing for the Detroit Lions, stacked backfield, but this was one of the best running backs in Gophers history. Exactly.
And you know what? I think he could make a competitive push to carve out a role. I don't think he's going to be the featured back like we saw him with Minnesota. Of course, they took a back in the first round, which you don't see too often. So I think he could maybe find a role. I had talked about on the podcast, actually, that if Mo Ibrahim could find a team to use him in the right manner, similar to what we saw with Jamal Williams on the Lions, that he could play that type of role, and it was interesting that they grabbed him. So if he can stay competitive, keep being the Mo that we've seen him be with the Gophers, I think he could at least get a roster spot on that team.
Now, it doesn't help him having David Montgomery for the Bears there, but certainly we're pulling for Mo, and hopefully he does get that roster spot. Now let's talk about the Gophers, the guys who are returning this year. All eyes are on Ethan Kaliak-Manis. This is his team this year. What did you think of him when you saw him from the few spring practices we were able to attend?
Yeah, I think what you saw from Ethan Kaliak-Manis a lot this year was him testing what he can get away with. He has all the talent in the world. We've seen that this spring. We saw that last fall in camp. And I think he knows he has the talent to make the throw, but should he make the throw? So I think it's going to come down to, one, does he get the opportunity to throw the ball more? They kind of reined it in last year when he was thrown in with Tanner's injury, but now I think they're going to let those reins go a little bit, and I think you can see more of a play style that PJ Fleck showed with Western Michigan, where they were throwing the ball 30 times a game, as opposed to the last 2 years we've only thrown it 19 times per game and 21 times per game. I think we're going to see a lot more attempts this year than normal.
Well, it doesn't hurt that Chris Altman-Bell is back 7 seasons. Seems like he's been playing here in Minnesota forever. Then you have Chris Crooms and Daniel Jackson. He was brought in, and we were expecting him to be the playmaker in this offense. So PJ Fleck kind of talked about earlier last season that when you have a running back like Mo, you give him the football. But now you don't have a Mo, and you have all these talented wide receivers. So, like you said, do we see 30 to 35 pass attempts for Kaliak-Manis with all these targets?
I think 35 might be pushing it. PJ likes to run the ball, and I think even in his most pass-heavy years, even looking at 2019, the Gophers were still a 61% running team as opposed to 67 that we saw last year. So I think we'll still run it first, but I think we'll get a lot more involved in the passing game. And like you said, there's so many weapons on this team that it would be a mistake not to, in my opinion. You've got Brevin Spanford, you've got Daniel Jackson, Chris Altman-Bell, and then the 2 transfers in as well. And I think that gives you a lot of versatility. You can find the matchups that aren't working for the defense and attack them.
Now, you talked about their offense. It got me excited right now just thinking about what they can do this fall. But in order to win championships, in order to beat Ohio State and Michigan, you got to play defense. Who's replacing Mariano Martin on defense? Tyler Nubin's obviously still there, but do the Gophers have enough to be legitimate Big Ten contenders this year?
You know, I think the thing that lets the Gophers continue to be elite on defense is Joe Rossi, because he builds his system to the players he has. So we saw the adjustment in 2021 where we had Boye Mafe, Esezi Otomewu, who were more pass rush, and we got more to the quarterback, more sacks. Last year, we saw more speed, more turnovers with the secondary, with Terrell Smith, Jordan Howden, guys that went off to the NFL. So no matter what, I think he's going to build it around the guys he has. But Cody Lindenberg is the player that you're going to see step up from Mariano Marin's role. Last year, Mariano led the team in tackles. Cody didn't start starting in the games until the final 6 games, and he was second on the team in tackles and had 71 total tackles last year. So I think you're going to see a lot from Cody Lindenberg as long as he stays healthy.
Okay, healthy is key. That's the best availability in terms of sports. Now, you talked about getting after the pass rusher. PJ Fleck said earlier this spring that they put an emphasis on rushing the quarterback. They started with a spring training emphasis, then they have summer workouts, and then they'll do it, not spring training, spring ball edition, and then they're also going to work on it in fall camp. Do you think they have the pass rushers to get after the quarterback?
I think they have the talent, and a lot of the talent was younger guys these last few years, so they weren't really ready. But we saw a lot of Devin Eastern this year in the spring with Coach Debo, and we're going to see we need more interior pass rush because Ja Joyner last year was one of the top 15 in the Big Ten when it came to actually creating pressures, but he wasn't getting home.
Right.
So it's like you have to have the interior so that way when the quarterback scrambles out, your edge guy's there to complete the sack. So that interior push is going to be huge. Kyler Baugh stepping up, and Devin Eastern's a big name I'm excited for this year.
Breaking it down, this is the insight we needed right here. So I want to put you on the hot seat. PJ Fleck maybe got into some controversial headlines towards the end of last season where he made some comments like people here may want me gone or anything like that. But here's my thing. I'm new to town, so maybe you can help bring this, into perspective for me. This is a guy who said, look, when I come here, we're going to compete not only for Big Ten championships, we're going to compete for national championships. Since coming here, he has not been able to get over the hump versus Michigan and Ohio State. So is the backlash and the scrutiny for PJ Fleck warranted, or is it like, hey, he's still winning 9 games a season, he's still doing really, really good?
I think this is the best position we've been in a while, but I don't think we should settle either. So I think that as long as the team is pushing forward, and this will be a great test this year because they've been given supposedly the second hardest schedule in college football, according to ESPN. Ooh. So it's like, maybe if you can pull out some games, a Michigan, a North Carolina, who they're playing Drake May this year, who is the second highest Heisman candidate right now. If you can pull off some of those wins and still get an 8-win season, that might be progress that you're looking for. But I think overall, when you look at the winning these past few years, we've had 3 seasons of 9+ wins. Prior to that, the last time we had a 10-win season was 2003, and prior to that, it was 1905. So it's been a while. I mean, right now I'm taking the success, but don't settle. That's the biggest thing.
I think that's a good thing, and I think all the backlash from fans and viewers at home for PJ Fleck means you're doing your job, and they're wanting you to take it to the next level. So that's a good thing for the Gophers. Well, we appreciate your time joining us today. Thank you so much, Kane. And that'll do it. We'll be right back.